The year is 1984, and a small computer, the BBC Micro, proved to be a platform for a game that will change the gaming world forever. The game in question, of course, is Elite. Elite, the first iteration in the Elite series of games. Yes, we all play Elite Dangerous now, but it all started with Elite in 32K of memory. Where current games of the era turned round and put you on a platform or driving a car, oh no, Elite put you in the cockpit of a spaceship and sent you on your merry way, out into the galaxy, of which there were 8 of 256 planets each. This was a groundbreaking game that really did change the gaming industry forever. Some of you will be able to cast your mind back to 1984, but a lot of you won't. In 1984 it all began with 2 university students, David Braben and Ian Bell. Together they created Elite for the BBC Micro, the revolutionary game offering players a universe of 8 galaxies, each with 256 planets to explore. Now, that doesn't sound like much by today's standard, but think about the computer technology they had to work with and the memory constraints at the time. At a time where most games offered linear levels, platformers, racing, mediocre, shall we say, simulation games, Elite was a sandbox, allowing players to become traders, pirates or bounty hunters. The innovation didn't stop with open world gameplay. Elite pioneered procedural generation, which for those of you who are unfamiliar with the technique is where content is generated from rules. It abstracts repetitive or arbitrary elements of content creation in a very efficient way. Imagine, for example, a medieval landscape, laying out towns, roads, castles, forests and the like. This can be done via a set of rules, putting castles widely spaced out on vantage points, towns near rivers but under the protection of a castle, all these type of rules that we become accustomed to in modern day gaming. Now in 1984, when Elite was originally released, it used that procedural generation, as did the Elder Scrolls 2, Daggerfall. Now in modern times, it's a matter of course. It really is a matter of course, and if a game doesn't use that sort of technology and design by rules, it's not a very good game at all. But Elite's use of procedural generation enabled the tiny memory limited systems of the day, such as the Spectrum, the BBC Model B, the BBC series of computers where you were playing with 32 kilobytes, 48 kilobytes, all that sort of stuff, actually enabled it to create an experience that felt quite limitless, especially, considering what people were playing with. One of the creators, David Braben, continued to expand the world of Elite, and in 1993, Frontier Elite 2 was released, introducing a more realistic galaxy and detailed planetary landings, made for the computers of the time. It was one of the first games to simulate Newtonian physics in space travel, bringing even more immersion to players. But the journey didn't end there. Frontier First Encounters then arrived in 1995, offering an even deeper lore, a vast galaxy to explore, the first steps towards a narrative within the Elite galaxy that would soon become that of the Elite Dangerous Galaxy. Braben's ambition was always clear. He wanted players to feel like they were part of something bigger, something that expanded past the original 256 planets that were in the original Elite Dangerous Galaxy. Now David Braben didn't stop there with the constraints of technology at the time. His creativity seemed limitless, exactly, and he wanted to expand past space sims into other games. In 1994, he therefore founded Frontier Development, the studio that would go on to create a host of beloved games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Planet Coaster, Jurassic World Evolution. And this brought Frontier's trademark attention to detail and innovation to entirely different genres of game. But Braben never forgot his roots in space exploration, and to this day, Elite remains, as we all say as our Elite Dangerous commanders, to be the crown jewel of the whole Frontier stable of games. In 2014, Elite returned to the spotlight with Elite Dangerous, the game we know today, or at least the first iteration of the game we know today. This time the galaxy wasn't just procedural, it was a one-to-one simulation of our Milky Way with 400 billion, count them, billion star systems waiting to be explored. The game took advantage of modern graphics, online play, community-driven events to create living, breathing galaxy that commanders could bomb around in a ship of their choice. No longer were you constrained to the old Cobra Mark III, but had a host of ships on release that are expanding even now. Players could now interact with the evolving politics, join factions, take part in huge battles, or simply wander the stars. Elite Dangerous offered a perfect blend of combat, trade and exploration, and even introduced the fearsome alien race known as the Thargoids, the original protagonists, back from 1984. However, the impact of Elite cannot be overstated. It inspired a generation of space simulators. Games like No Man's Sky pushed the boundaries of procedural generation. Star Citizen, although currently at the time of this video is not released yet, aimed to create an even more immersive space experience. EVE Online allowed players to shape a persistent galaxy with political intrigue. And let's not forget Freelancer. There have been many Elite clones over the years, some good, some made by the fan base, some, let's face it, not so good. But typically the impact Elite has had on the gaming community and on games over the past 40 years is undeniable. The Elite Dangerous Odyssey iteration of the game we're currently playing, has brought first-person action into the game, space legs, the ability to walk around a planet, not just drive or fly around one, engage with other people, although at the moment on quite say an elementary basis. Yes, combat is a huge part of this on-foot gameplay, along with powering up bases, smuggling, delivering, that sort of thing. But we are itching for the next jump in innovation from David Braben and Frontier Developments. Now, what could that possibly be? The entire community is thinking about that now. Though as Elite celebrates 40 years, it continues to push the boundaries with constant updates, new features, new ships. The community of passionate players is always ever present, and the Frontier streams, currently on a monthly basis, are proving that with well over 10,000 people attending on the last Wednesday of every month. The galaxy is indeed vast, and for Elite the journey is far from over. Now whether you're an old fan reminiscing over the screenshots of the old Elite game, thinking how the hell did we used to play this, or whether you're just lamenting at not getting into Elite Dangerous sooner, even now new players are discovering the journey through the stars, the spirit of adventure, and Elite lives on. And whether Elite Dangerous is the last in the series or it goes on for another iteration, who knows? But let's just live in the moment and enjoy what we've got. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share your favourite Elite memories. Put them in the comments below. I read each one. Let's get a discussion going. I've been Ricardo. See you soon.